Hail, intrepid viewers, and welcome back. The dot turned into I love you. Welcome back to Doki Doki Literature Club. There was no way to save the game after the last episode and the start of this episode, so we are starting it now. I guess I'm gonna try clicking. I guess I should have said no. Aha! Monica is not even an option. I didn't really do a good job of keeping track of who had what words. Oh wait, of course I did. It's Yasuri again. Or Yuri, not Yasuri. I don't know if I want to keep pursuing her. I might as well. Let's try. But these I don't recognize. Oh dear. What if I choose? If I was real smart, assuming they didn't remove them from the pool, I would only choose, not Sasuke. The dead girl's words, whatever her name is. Gosh dang it. I go one day in between episodes and I forget everything. Insight. Yes! Still got it. I still got it. Let's go with fantasy, which is her. I remember. I'm just gonna stick random. Melancholy, disoriented, warm, romance, infallible, dark, whistle. If I do it perfectly 10 out of 10, that would be cool. I think she's a little ahead. I haven't really been keeping track. Heartbeat, not cheer. We want massacre. We want awesome. We want starscape. And we want effulgent. Oh, one more. Portrait. Okay, I have no idea who I ended up writing that poem for. I mean myself, obviously, but who's gonna like it the most, I don't know. Hi again, Fo. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Ah, ha ha ha. Nah, don't worry about it, baby. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I don't know how I got here. Time just seems to have disappeared. I'm teleported from my room straight to the literature club. It's like I'm in some sort of hellish loop. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Interesting. I couldn't tell whose face that was. $5 says it was Monica. Look at that picture of her hanging in the background. Holy crap. Things are going at a faster pace than anticipated. That's a very good thing, because I was pessimistic about the pace. So we're gonna get a fast pace. Horror's gonna kick in any frame now. Thanks for keeping your promise, though. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you, making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Whoop, 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 whoop. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. So if they're all being glitchy... Are they all demons who drove her to kill herself? Or are they being possessed? Is this all the Matrix? It seems probably futile to try and guess ahead of time. Like the music slows down. You already had to be dragged here by Monica. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you didn't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it, see? Hey, get back behind the words, Monica. Dang it, Monica, you're ruining the UI. Something... You have an awfully big mouth? Well, someone who keeps a manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature, see? Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. I'm sorry, Fo. We'll make sure to put your comfort first, okay? Yuri shoots Natsuki with a disappointed glance. Anyway, now that you're in the club and all, perhaps you might have interest in picking up a book to read. Well, I can't really say no either way. Like you said, I'm in this club now. So it only feels right for me to do something like that, if you ask. But wait, I didn't mean it like that. You. If you don't really want to, then forget I said anything, I guess. Ah, no, it's not that, Yuri. I want to try to be a part of this club, so even if I don't read often, I'd be happy to pick up a book if you wanted me to. Oh, are you sure? I just felt like... Well, as vice president and all, that I should help you get started on something you might like. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. So this implies the poem is for her. I kinda wish I had tried not to make it for her then, to see if it would force me to be with her anyway. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so I should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. How's my head stuttering? How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She's not. She even picked out a book that she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. That part is cute. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Theo, well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities at the club. You know what the worst part about games that repeat themselves is I'm pretty dang sure I mispronounce the same words in the same silly manner every single time. I make the same jokes, and I kind of like have this weird deja vu sense that I'm not as original as I think I am, even to myself. Just the same stimuli produce the same outputs. I'm very deterministic, I guess is my point. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki's rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Aw, crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and her eyes meet for a split second. Her evil, evil eyes. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I muttered this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place, but I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book that you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it, not for any particular reason, just curious how come you have 2 copies. Oh, just curious how come you take the same book? Ah, well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, and that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. Ah, I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading. Oh, sorry, it's me. Dang it, it's me. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear it. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's the story about anyway? Well, I look at the cover of the book. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. I wonder if there's a reference there. Hey, the picture's gone. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Basically, it's about this religious camp that's turned into a human experiment prison. Is that what it was about before? I don't think it was about that before. And the people trapped there have this trait that turns them into killing machines that lust for blood. And the facility gets even worse when they start selectively breeding people by cutting off their limbs and affixing them to... She likes this. She liked my blood. Oh, that might be a little bit of a spoiler. But anyway, I'm really into it. The book, I mean. Not the thing about the limbs. Are you sure? That's kind of dark, isn't it? I do remember saying that. I don't know. All I know is I'm actually in a jump scare where like that poster just appears in front of the whole screen or something. Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came out of nowhere. Ah, are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Phil? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kind of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that this kind of story is the kind that challenges you to look at life from a strange new perspective, when horrible things happen not just because someone wants to be evil, but because the world is full of horrible people and we're all worthless anyway. I can't do that more. Then say something. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright. Or I guess it's alright then. I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem when I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts. My whole body is something. I kind of forget to pay attention to other people, so I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. Stop. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. Ah, that's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it right. Yes, I mean you don't have to, but... Ahaha, what are you saying? Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieve the book that I put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah, same flirting as before. Are you sure you seem a little apprehensive? But, I'm sorry, it's not that I don't want you to, it's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading it in the company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright, I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand why Yuri seems about soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It is that I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing, maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri's in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. So sorry, I was just bathing in the feelings of something. Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I thought I was gonna say bathing in blood, but it's bathing in feelings. Maybe this is some sort of parasite demon that feeds on emotions, and so it's... Maybe fear is the most delicious. Was that closet always open? Something's gonna appear on that diggity-dang-dong chair. Should I just be clicking really fast to get to the thing? Don't really mean to, sorry. I mean, ahaha. There, this should work, right? I stop my discover until we can stand next to each other. Yes, suppose so. Timidly closes her own copy. We lean into each other, our shoulders are touching. My left arm is doing its own thing. I guess it takes kind of a different difficulty to turn the page. Teamwork, yep, I remember this. Nothing standing out here. Same thing with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way I turn the page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. Kinda distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page. Yeah, sorry. None of these are different yet. Can't keep up with her reading, she's too fast. She knows I'm not used to it. Takes me a bit longer, at least we can do. Be patient with me. Continue reading. Yeah, I'm ready. Jeez, just let me turn the page, lady. Intimate exchange as my thumb caresses her. Yeah, I remember reading that. That was crazy. The main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. Oh, she likes that. Whoa, look at that crazy face. Crazy ass. No, don't know this character at all. Definitely not, really. I was just thinking of the way she second guesses things she says and all that. Aha, that's what you were talking about. Sorry. I thought you meant something else about her. Something else? And never mind. I don't remember that, per se. Don't know what came into my head. Ahaha. Yuri, are you feeling alright? Yuri's been a little fidgety ever since we started reading. This seems new. You can rest if you're feeling sick or something. Your breathing is a little... My breathing? Yuri puts her hands on her chest as if to feel her heartbeat. I didn't even notice. Anyway, I'm fine. I just need some water. I need some water! Alright, don't push yourself with this reading. This is new. Yuri stands up and practically rushes out of the classroom. Watch, this is completely not new. I'm just a crazy person. What on earth was that about? Foe, did something happen just now? I have no idea. Yuri was acting a little strange, I guess. So you don't know anything. Sorry, I can't say I do. Are you worried about her? Does she have a weak heart or something? Oh, no, not really. I was just making sure that you didn't do anything to her. No, nothing! Haha, don't worry, I believe you, silly. Yuri just does this sometimes, so it's nothing alarming. Alright, if you say so. Anyway, why don't we start with sharing our poems with each other? Shouldn't we wait for Yuri? Well, she might be a while, so I just figured we'd get started without her. This is me possessing her. Did Sayori ever run out of the room? Maybe. Is that okay? Yeah, I was just asking. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. Maybe she was feeling emotion, so they super... harvested that emotion from her. Monica, as always. I should start with Monica. Yesterday, she seemed eager to read my poem. I wanted her to know I'm putting in effort. Hi, Foe. Having a good time so far? Ah, yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new in everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities, or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Also, hey, I just realized that picture of Sayori hanging was from my perspective, so maybe this whole thing is in my mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Totally. Anyway, want to share a poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Phil. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's just that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yes, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, Phil. I'm a fast reader. I was going ooh in my head while reading it. Yes, quite right. Ooh, ah, ah. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort. Haha, that's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know, that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Sometimes I feel like Yuri's mind is just totally detached from reality. Or is it more in tune? She sees the real reality. I don't mean that like it's a bad thing, though, but sometimes I get the impression that she's just totally given up on people. She spends so much time in her own head that it's probably a much more interesting place for her. But that's why she gets so happy when you treat her with a lot of kindness. I don't think she's used to being indulged like that. She must be really starved for social interaction, so don't blame her for coming on a little strongly. Like earlier, I think if she gets too stimulated, she ends up withdrawing and looking for alone time. Suddenly, the door opens. Yuri! I'm back. Did I miss anything? Not really. Well, we all started sharing our poems with each other. Already? I'm sorry for being late. No need to apologize, we still have plenty of time, so I'm more glad that you took all the time you needed. Alright, thanks Monica, I suppose I should go get my poem now. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to be not very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. Yes, the same thing, you know. Fake it till you make it. This is the same hole in the wall. But he wasn't looking at me. Confused, I frantically glanced at my surroundings, but my burned eyes can no longer see color. This is new, right? Are there others in this room? Are they talking? Or are they simply poems on flat sheets of paper? The sound of frantic scrawling playing tricks on my ears. The room begins to crinkle, closing in on me. The air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. It's night here. He's right there. Swallowing my fears, I brandish my pen. Hole in the wall. My burned eyes can no longer see color. Are there others in this room? Or are they talking? That's confusing, Yuri. I feel confused. So, what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. It's actually really funny, because right now, in the real world, I am reading a book called The House of Leaves, which is a very similar, it's probably one of the most freeform books I've ever seen. And it's all about that spacing. And performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when in a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on I'm talking in tongues because I'm trying to go so fast because it's all so repetitive. I just want to speed right through to the new stuff. But I suppose this old stuff is what makes the tension palpable. To Yuri, because we're going in order. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. What was that? Potter, you fool. Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face, because she has a big, fat mouth. You. He's going to hate me. How do I read something in parentheses like that? You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates that you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that, I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers, and having been through them myself, I kind of learned to pick them up on them. New writing style, you plagiarist fool. She finds her train of thought. The choo-choo train is leaving the station. Her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone. She sounds like an expert. Of course, it's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. Might take you some time in practice. Yeah. Everyone in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased, though. Biased how? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be able to talk about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri's apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing, it must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers, I flicker back. That one seems familiar. That might be the same poem as before. I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But look, it took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't read so good. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I like your poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you liked it. Well, I'll be honest, since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild, something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Hoo. Just owls. Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Foe. Yeah, missed the point. Get over it. Poets often express their own thoughts and experiences. Okay, I'm trying to speed through this. If you don't want me to speed through things in the future, let me know. I will stop. But that's what I want to do. Impressive. Nothing really. Am I gonna make her flustered again? Too stimulated? Is she gonna flee from the room? She was nervous. In the end, she enjoyed it. Oh, of course she did. Cool. Okay, that just leaves Natsuki. Let's cram Natsuki into this episode. ... Well, it's about time. It's about what I expected from someone like you. It's a little blunt, right? She hates me still because it's not for her, even though it's half for her practically. Do you want to get smacked? I don't want to get smacked. Don't smack me. I don't even have your cupcakes anymore. Eagles can fly, eagles can climb. Yes, same poem as before. People can try, that's about it. She's gonna throw us off a cliff. Her music was weird. Why is it convinced I wouldn't like it? Because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. What's the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yeah, exactly. I like it when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem, pow pow. See everyone around you could do great things can be really disheartening, see? So I decided to write about it, see? Yeah, I understand. The nice thing about some writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Yep. Wordplay indeed. I miss the short Natsuki interactions. Didn't really care how old everyone is, but Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Cool. Phew, I guess that's everyone. Glance around the room, a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone's judging me from my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is all literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's why I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Monika is writing something in her notebook. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. Her notebook. Does she have like a death note type thing? They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. I don't like that smile sadly. It's so condescending sounding. What's with this language? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Oh, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Yes. It's a symbolism. They're fighting. Isn't that funny? Something to say. Same arguments before. Oh, this is interesting though. This argument can go worse, because I believe last time they were arguing and then Sayori broke it up. Excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Foe liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what I... You're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Foe appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours. I like this song. Not really, I don't know how it fits this setting right now, but I still like it. Huh. And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly guilty. You. Well, you know what? I wasn't the ones whose boobs magically grew a size bigger since Foe started showing up. Natsuki. Natsuki, it's a little... This doesn't involve you! Taking out your own insecurities on others like that. You really act as young as you look, Natsuki. Me? Look who's talking, you wanna be edgy bitch. Their anger, their emotions, it's feeding the demon! The music's picking up even though I'm not clicking forward anymore. Edgy, so my list is getting too much for your mental age to comprehend. See? Just said that proves my point. Some people learn to get over themselves after they graduate middle school, you know. If you want to prove anything, then stop harassing others with your sickening attitude. You think you can counterbalance your toxic personality just by dressing and acting cute? The only thing about you is how hard you try. Only cute thing is how hard you try. Well, be careful, you might cut yourself on that edge, Yuri. Oh, my bad, you already do, don't you? Did you just accuse me of cutting myself? What the fuck is wrong with your head? Yeah, go on, let Foe hear everything you really think. I'm sure he'll be head over heels for you after this. Suddenly Yuri turns towards me as if she noticed that I was standing there. Foe, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true, she started it. How did I get dressed? This is too fast, too fast! Oh, give me a choice? Okay, I will arbitrarily choose Yuri. Because, again, we're going from the bottom up. Yuri! I always choose Yuri. Is it gonna turn to Monica? Yes, of course it turns into Monica. Is Monica's face gonna become terribly frightening and scary? A la, I don't know, what's a good scary face? There were scary demons in Ghostbusters, the scariest movie of all time. I just watched Conan the Destroyer last night, and that has a scary face when that one statue turns into the weird guy. Hello, Monica. Hey, Fo. Why don't we step outside for a little bit? Okay? Outside of the world. Oh. Sorry about that. They really shouldn't have tried to get you involved. It's probably better for us to stay out of this. We'll go back inside once they're done yelling. Ha 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 ha! Some president am I. I am right. I can't even confront my own club members properly. Excuse me. I just wish I was able to be a little more assertive sometimes, but I never have it in me to put my foot down against others. You understand, right? Anyway, if this makes you want to spend less time with the others, then that's fine. I'd be happy to spend time with you instead. Oh. Suddenly, Natsuki runs out of the classroom. Natsuki! She's crying! Oh, that's actually kind of sad. She quickly runs away. Oh dear. Well, it looks like they're done. Yuri's dead on the floor. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. Yuri is rocking back and forth in her desk with her palms on her forehead. Yuri? I didn't mean it. I believe you. I have no idea what Yuri might have said to Natsuki. Or did. Oh, please don't hate me. Please. I'm not like this. There's something wrong with me today. It's fine, Yuri. We know you didn't mean it. Besides, I'm sure Natsuki will forget all about it by morning. Natsuki is going to kill herself. I think by jumping off of something. We got a hanger, we got a jumper, and we got a cutter. Completely. Anyway, the meeting is over, so you can go home now if you want. Yuri looks at me like she wants to say something, but she keeps glancing over at Monica. You can go first, Monica. I'd like to stay a little bit longer. I'm the president, so I should be the last one out. I'll wait for you to be done. Well, I'm vice president, so please let me take that responsibility today. It kind of sounds like you don't want me around for something, Yuri. Take a clue, Monica. Take a clue, Monica. It's not that. It's not that. I didn't get much of a chance to discuss my book with Fo. It would just be embarrassing with you listening. Sigh. I guess I don't really have a choice, do I? I'm sorry for causing trouble, but I really appreciate you understanding. And she's deleted. Aw, snap! Cool. That was a very long episode, but a lot happened. So I don't know if I want to go Yuri again, because I don't want to risk so much sameness. But I'm also kind of committed, so we'll see what I choose in the next episode. Thanks for watching, guys. Signature catchphrase.